Okay, so I chose to do my country project on Iceland. I chose Iceland because over this Christmas break, I was supposed to go on an internship there, but it didn't work out. I'm gonna be going home instead. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting to learn a little bit about Iceland through some research and share it with you. So, a little background information. If you don't know where Iceland is, it's in the very North Atlantic. It's about 6,087 miles from Hilo. Very different climates. I thought this little map was really interesting. It's you can compare where you live to any country in the world. The purple shaded area, that represents Iceland. And I tried to get it to compare it to a state back in the mainland, but it was detecting that I'm here in Hawaii, so it compares it to Hawaii. And as you can see, even if you combined all the islands, it's still bigger. But yeah, the interesting thing is Iceland's population is 320,000 over a very large area, so their density is really low. The Honolulu population, the little dot in the middle of the area, is triple of Iceland's total population. It's pretty hard to imagine. But the focus of my PowerPoint is the climate change that's happening in Iceland. They notice it a lot more because they're so far north. And they're actually so far north that in the summer months they have 20 hours of daylight each day. I don't know how they can live like that. Okay. Here's some effects of the climate change going on up there. There's increasing precipitation, increasing temperature, glacier depletion, which glaciers make up about 11% of Iceland, sea level rise, and effects on a lot of different types of wildlife. And I'll focus on the precipitation. Increase in precipitation helps the crops there stay well hydrated, and they have these dams all over the country. Up here I got pictured is the largest one in Iceland. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because Nordic language is just, it's got to be one of the hardest to understand, to speak. But this one here, it's located in the east of Iceland, about 50 miles from an aluminum smelting facility, and it's used to pretty much power that entire thing. That one opened in 2009, I think it was, and it's really controversial because people who care a lot about the land, they don't like it because it altered all the land there. It's just collecting the water. But then on the other side of that, it provides a lot of jobs for the area, keeps economic growth going. With the temperature rise, plant growth increases a lot, which helps because they try to supply themselves with like homegrown food. They don't import a lot of stuff, but they do import grains. And now that the temperature's up, they're able to grow grains themselves, so they're more self-dependent. And also, forests are growing at higher elevations, so like overall the country is becoming a lot greener. Melting glaciers. It provides increased runoff, which will flow into the dams and power the dams, because like 80%, I think it was, of Iceland's energy is hydroelectric. So that's good for now, but eventually when all the glaciers are totally gone, the dams are not going to provide much energy. Also, after all these glaciers melt, a lot of weight is lifted off of Iceland. So it actually raises up out of the ocean a little because there's so much pressure on it that it's sinking right now. Also, the boiling point of magma is lowered under the glaciers, which produces more magma and will create more land, so Iceland will be growing. And probably a downside would be flooding from all the melting glaciers, and it'd alter the landscapes. It'd like create rivers and lakes and ponds everywhere. Might not be a good thing. Here I have a little clip. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like time lapse of a glacier melting. The largest glacier on the south side, this is a branch of it, and this is from April 2011 to April 2013. And I just thought it was really cool to see how much it moves, how much it melts. You can see as the seasons change, it's like summer and winter, just like anywhere else. It's not ice 24/7. Okay, and you get the point of that. Another effect of the climate change going on up there is the sea levels rising. Now in Iceland, most settlements are all along the coast, including their capital city. So if sea level gets too high, all their infrastructure is just, it's kind of vulnerable. So there could be flooding of cities and towns and a lot of damage that way. And last would be the effect on the wildlife of Iceland. Seabird populations would be declining, like as you see pictured, the Arctic puffin. Their food sources are being depleted because of the rise in temperature. And actually, their babies, there have been studies lately that they will barely make it past a year old because there's not enough food to survive. And also the sea life. There's been a lot of species of fish from southern waters, like down by the UK in that area. Monkfish, Atlantic mackerel, and haddock. They've been migrating up north because the waters are warmer. So it's been a new species of fish for the fishermen up there to collect, and that's really kind of helping the economy up there. And that is my presentation on Iceland. Hope you enjoyed, and maybe I covered some things that you don't already know.